Hi there, and welcome to our latest RDAA Fisheries feedback video. We're here on a uncharacteristically dry morning at Farnham Flint. The weather has been appalling, which makes some of the fish pictures we've received even more remarkable. We've got a really good gallery to show you this month. We've got the usual features. We've got Dell giving us a fisheries report. We've got a brand new competition to announce. And Jamie, of course, will give us an update on fishery prospects for the coming month. So let's get straight onto it and across to Dell. Morning, Dell. You're not on top form at the moment, are you?
No, man flu, man down, as they say.
Well, I'm glad we're filming this outside because I don't want to catch it again.
Yeah, I'll try not to breathe all over you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, I guess maintenance issues are very much on hold at the moment, particularly with the weather.
Yeah, I mean, this time of the year we don't do a huge amount. I mean, whenever you can't use machinery, obviously the grass isn't growing, etc. So any machinery you use around the fisheries, you end up making more mess than what you're trying to sort of clear up. So we tend to sort of stay away from that sort of side of things. So it's a bit of servicing gear, a hell of a lot of paperwork because it's the year end, so I've got to get everything sort of up together for our auditors and everything else. So my eyes have gone square from looking at a computer screen. And the hatchery, you know, we started the hatchery.
Yeah, tell us about that. So we got planning permission, yeah?
Yes, we've got planning permission. There's still a bit of a problem with the lease arrangement at the moment, but we've been allowed to make a start. So good. We're getting the base in. Hopefully we're going to be pouring the concrete this week. And hopefully if all the planets align, that'll coincide with the formal lease actually going on the table. And once that's on the table, then we can start.
Well, it's fantastic news that we managed to start and almost on time. So what's your deadline that you're aiming at? When do you want to be up and stripping the first fish? And for people that have not been on this video before, this is our plan to create a hatchery for the River Kennet. It's a collaborative project across the Kennet Valley, led by Dell and RDAA. And obviously it's about trying to re-establish, particularly the chub and barbel population of the river, which has been horribly impacted by signal crayfish, affecting the ability of the fish to recruit. So when's going to be that exciting moment there when you strip the first fish, do you think?
I'm still working to the programme of end of March finish. The reason I want to do it end of March is because sort of early weeks of April is when your dace are looking to be spawning ordinarily, although things are changing with the environment and that's affecting fish, you know, and when they spawn as well. And I want to get some dace through the system and I want to just do it slowly, if you know what I mean. It's a brand new system. We've got to get all the little sort of quirks and everything. We've got to make sure it works, and by putting dace through the system first, that'll highlight any problems that we've got or anything like that, so that we can iron all those problems out before we go to the sort of main event, which is your chub and your barbel.
Well, I think it's all incredibly exciting, and you know, well done for getting us this far. And obviously, we'll keep people updated as we go through.
Yeah, and you know, when we're doing anything, there'll be little videos and little bits and pieces and what have you. And so yeah, it's all exciting stuff.
Looking forward to it. I saw you advertise bookings for Junction 12, our exclusive bookable carp water. How are the bookings going, and is there a deadline?
Yeah, well, what it is, we used to take bookings sort of ad hoc as they came in, but it's a hell of a lot of work for me, and I could be anywhere, and someone's asking me, oh, is this weekend available? Is that weekend available? And you know, I could be in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do was sort of like follow the lead from sort of Chew Valley with their pike fishing, and we have a specific day where we get the bookings in. And that's the 16th of January, which is next Monday, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Any emails that I get before 9 o'clock will be deleted. So 9 o'clock will be the first email I will look at, and then we'll just work our way through. We've done it last year like that, and while it's not perfect, it's better for me, and it gets it all over and done with in a matter of hours. I mean, we'd actually completely booked up by 11:15 on that same day. So
Well, it shows what a great fishery is and what a great demand there is for it.
yeah, that's it. I mean, one bit of advice I would give to anyone that is looking at sort of send an email in, put a couple of dates on. Don't just sort of stick, oh, is this date available? Put a couple of dates, because by the time I've answered your email, then taken a couple of others and you've replied, that date, that your alternative date has then gone. So stick a couple of dates in, and then you got more chance then.
Might be worth reminding people on Facebook about that as well.
Yes, yeah. I should put something up on Facebook later on in the
good
week.
stuff. Oh, I'm pleased that's going well. And of course, last year we had our very successful and first ever RDA open day. I understand we've now decided on a new date, yeah?
Yes, 15th of July, be there or be square. Bigger, better. What more can you say, really? I mean, I was so chuffed with the way it went. It really was good. Yes, there were some mistakes that we'd made, and there were some things that we could have done better, and we'll put them right. And I'm sure there'll be a few more mistakes that we'll put right the following year. But that's how things evolve.
Well, the one thing we have agreed on is there's going to be a car boot sale again. That was very successful.
Yes,
so I would say to people, have a look through your tackle store this winter. If there's stuff you want to get rid of, make a few bob. Provide some affordable fishing tackle for other people, then you'll have a chance to do that at the open day on July the 15th, and that'll be here at Farnham Flint. So thanks for that one, Dale. Any other issues? You were talking to me the other day about bird flu.
Yeah, bird flu. We've been quite lucky around this area, sort of Flint area. Although it's been all around us countrywide, we haven't had too much problems around this area, but unfortunately last week we found a bird on Englefield Lagoon, and I phoned up the relevant people and what have you, described all the symptoms, and pretty much 99.9% sure it was bird flu. Now, there's not a lot we can do about bird flu, but what you can do is protect yourself, because it is transferable, and apparently it can be quite nasty if you're a little bit susceptible to that sort of thing.
You haven't got it now, have you?
I hope not.
Uh-huh.
Well, I haven't started flapping around on the floor yet. Although the missus, she had to put up with me being on the sofa all weekend. Feeding me grapes and things like that.
No change there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the message is look after yourself.
Yeah, look after yourself. If you see anything, just report it to us or the Swan Line. Don't touch it. That's the big thing. Don't touch it. If it's alive or dead, don't touch it. That's all we can do, really.
Well, thanks for that. And that's the fishery update from Dale. We're now going to move over to the launch of our new Fish of the Year competition. Right, 2023 RDAA Fish of the Year competition. As everyone knows, we've been running for the last couple of years a very successful monthly fishing picture comp. That's not just about big fish, it's about pictures, as Del always says, happy smiley faces, celebrating the joy of angling. It might be a young kid from here at Wilmots with his first ever carp, might be a father and son picture, first ever pike, might be a big fish, might be not, might be just a nice photo. But anyway, we thought, let's have something specific. There always used to be, I think,
there used to be years ago, yeah.
So we're going to restart it. It begins this month. We've already had a fantastic fish caught by one of our members, one of our most popular members as well, Malcolm Morris. I'll put the picture up here. 14 pound 15 barbel from the Kennet. That's going to take a bit of beating, but whatever. There's going to be monthly prizes, and there's going to be a overall prize voted on by the membership as a whole. So to tell you how it will work, I'll hand over to Del.
Right. As Martin says, it's a big fish competition, so it doesn't matter whether it's a barbel, carp, chub, could be a big gudgeon. It doesn't really matter. What will happen is you'll send us your photographs. It will need to be witnessed. We need preferably a photograph of you actually weighing the fish, so where you got the sling, the scales, and everything in the photo. And then we'll pick a winner each month. Each month they'll get a small trophy and a prize. That will then get put into a hat for the end of the year. So there'll be 12 fish, monthly winners. One will be picked via Facebook probably we'll do likes or something along those sort of lines. Plus,
it won't be random; it'll be chosen. Won't it?
Exactly, it'll be chosen, and then they'll get a rucksack from Thinking Anglers, a quiver from Thinking Anglers, and a selection of bait from Sticky Baits. So, I mean, in itself, that's probably 200 quid's worth of kit. You'll also get the option of any permit you wish. So, if you're a platinum holder, you can renew for free. South, you can renew for free. If you're an ordinary member just with a general permit, you can renew for free. So that's probably getting up to the region of potentially 700-800 quid's worth of price. So it's well worth doing. So, you know, get some pictures. We could do with some carp pictures. We don't get any carp.
They're very secretive, aren't they, those carp people?
Exactly. Well, they are and they ain't. They're secretive our way, but out in, you know, anybody that doesn't know what's swimming around in our lakes has got their head up their backside, you know. So I don't quite know why there's all this secrecy about it all. But yeah, get some pictures over, and you know, that's a really good prize to be winning.
Well, if you think about it, and just going through the pictures that are submitted and the fish that we know that are caught, to win the RDAA Fish of the Year competition, that is going to be a pretty special fish. I mean, we you know, every year we're having chub, 7-8 pound, we're having barbel up to 15 pound plus and bigger, carp to over 50 pounds, you know, double figure tension and the rest of it. So
it is £4 perch.
£4 perch, you know, yeah, it is going to be a big fish.
Yeah, you know, it's not going to be an easy thing to win.
No, prestige.
So there's a bit of challenge there.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think so. Well, thanks for talking us through that, Del. That's great. And look out for more details on the Facebook page and on the website. And good luck to all the entrants. I know there'll be plenty of them. And Malcolm Morris has certainly set the bar.
He's in
already.
The frame. Yep, he's
in the frame already, and it's only January. Thanks very much for that, Del. And now we'll hear from our Deputy Fisheries Officer, Jim Stansfield, on fishing prospects for the coming months. So, Jim, fishing prospects for January. I mean, take your pick from the weather conditions.
Yep. For the minute, I'm saying it's definitely not going to be the Thames for the moment. I think we need definitely a couple of weeks with no rain before that Thames is going to be in any sort of fit state to be up there fishing. For the guys dead baiting, they might be able to find sort of a few slack areas and stick a big smelly dead bait in the slack, but other than that, for a decent day's fishing, the Thames is not going to be the one this month, I don't think. For the kennet wise, it's definitely going to be the canals for the perch at the moment. With this sort of coloured water we've got in the main sort of stretch of the river, a lot of these perch sort of go into the confluences of the canals and things, and they're chasing all the small bait fish, and they're going to be definitely a target this month.
And what about barbel fishing? Well, we've had some nice barbel caught during December. People are still catching them in January, and of course the kennet goes up and down quite quickly. I mean, if you can get mild conditions, barbel is still worth targeting, aren't they?
Yeah, oh definitely, yeah. These sort of milder evenings, just as we've sort of had a day or so of rain, once you've sort of had that gap where there's no sort of rain for a day or so, these rivers are just starting to fine out a bit, and these barbel are really going to start to get on the feed. Again, it's going to be, as the river's quite coloured still, you're going to be wanting to fish in smelly baits, and again, roving about, don't be sitting in swims for too long. These barbel at the moment, I've seen on the Facebook, guys, people are putting posts up saying, oh, I've been in a swim for 15 minutes and I've caught a fish. So if you're sitting in a swim for an hour or so, I wouldn't be sitting there too long. These fish, if they're there, you're going to be catching them.
Yeah. And of course, we've always got the fallback of our lakes and canal as well for pike. I'm going to do the picture gallery in a minute, and there's been some great pike caught. I mean, January is a good month for pike. They're putting on the weight. And what waters would you recommend people try for pike?
All of our gravel pits, to be fair. I was chatting with a guy a couple of weeks ago, and just one morning he'd walked around sort of our free pits over here at the Farnham Flint Complex, and he'd done sort of a couple of miles walking. He'd had a few fish as well. But the great thing about it over here is you've got sort of 3 big gravel pits as such, and you can work your way around them all in a day quite easily and fish all the swims.
And Pinchwood's been throwing up some good pike, hasn't it?
Yeah, Pinchwood has. Yeah, Pinchwood, I think it's been throwing up pike for the last couple of years, some decent fish. There's a few sort of regular guys that get over there, but they never say too much. But if you take a walk over there, you'll see the guys fishing and sort of the areas they like to be fishing. And that's another thing, these pike, they're not always in the same spot, so you're going to have to be working out the areas you're sort of targeting them.
Okay, so the message is pike, perch, barbel where it's safe to do so, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks very much, Jim. Well, Jim, despite the frost and the floods, that's not a bad gallery of fish, is it?
Yeah, I think we've done pretty well there this month. Again, there's been lots of sort of pike showing, and again, good chub, good barbel. It's just been a great array of species caught this month.
And I think those fish have been hard earned, particularly when you look at the photo we put in from piers, taken just here, I think.
Oh yeah, it was on this very platform.
Yeah,
it was
that
a good
ice
sort of
and
couple of inches thick there.
I mean, God Almighty.
Yeah, and that was all in the space of a couple of days, and it just shows that when you get these cold spells now, that we are going to be getting them in big hits at the minute. And it was within a couple of days, all the sort of pits were pretty much capped off. Now that we've got this sort of milder weather, hopefully for the next few weeks we should be good.
Excellent. You don't normally associate big chub with coloured water, and certainly the chub fishing that you and I like to do on the Thames is knocked out at the moment.
Yes,
but
definitely.
Our members have been doing well on the Kennet and presumably on the Loddon as well with some big chub. I mean, you've got to hear it for Rob Walton. I mean, Rob has been. I mean, he's a Drennan Cup winner now, isn't he?
That's it. Yeah, I think Rob in the last sort of couple of months or so has caught a couple of fish that people would sort of spend a lifetime and they'd be more than happy to catch. So well done to you, Rob.
Absolutely, and I understand you and Del have selected a chub portrait for this month's fishing pitch winner. So which one is it?
Yeah, this month it's going to be Jamie Norris. You'll be the winner of a Rudd Hutchinson bait and tackle sort of fishing pack, if you like. There's a carp one or a coarse fishing pack, and obviously the Reading District hat. So pop into the hut, that will be in there for you. Just drop us a message which one you'd like. And yeah, Jamie said in the post, I think he forgot his scales actually, so he actually didn't get to weigh the fish. But as you can see from the photo, it's just an absolutely brilliant photo, and that just says why we go fishing.
Absolutely, and well done for being honest and not estimating the weight. He just said it's a personal best chub. I've no idea how much it weighs. Yeah. That's good enough, isn't it?
Yep, that's it.
It's not all about pounds and ounces.
No, that's it. Big smiles, that's what it's about.
Thank you very much. So that's it from us. So have a great time out there and mind yourself on the bank. Could be a bit wet. Cheers now.